Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Right. Sa, Okay. Let's get reading. Or maybe we skip. I'll like skim through the thing. Fuck Sessa.
ロドスのドクターさんよ。そう、あんたが渇望しているのは真実と強さだ。そしてこの俺様ことシェー。
Nice.
行動予備隊 A6 のポッカルです。A6 の
行動予備隊
Feels good,
A6 の隊長
man.
オーキッドよ。ドクターという
Feels good, man.
うちはクロワッサン。
Croissant.
旦那さんは運のええお人やな。うちみたいに優秀なんはなかなかおらんで。じゃ
Croissant. Defender defense. Defender healing. So alright. Croissant. Are you gonna eat that croissant? Assessa. Artillery man. Artillery man. Yeah. Does he have outfits? No. I don't really like his design. The dude.
私にはまだ早いですよ。先ほど新しいエネルギー貯蔵装置に交換したばかりです。本日の仕事終了まであと50時間もありますよ。
50時間はありますよ。Okay.
ドクター
I like the base
ご
update.
機嫌いかが
Base
か
update's
な。
nice. Quickly done. Ah, do we get right into it? Dun. I need 450. Go 5. Let me drink my tea. Wait a couple minutes. I kind of want to relax before I start reading. Is the tea gonna be too hot? Not quite. Feels good, man. Alright. Borrow her hammer to bash through to a secret passage. Oh. Yeah, isn't this super easy or what? Why is this here? Why? Why? Ah, いっか。さ Do I still need Sora as a thing? Sora. They're not Sora. Need 4 more times. Quattro more times. Ba-ba-bum. It can't be that bad, you know? It literally cannot be that bad. We're on S1. Like if it's not a boss stage, it is really just whatever. Let's do weedy. Fight? No. What I got? Established the Londinium Industry Development Association with parliamentary support following the end of the war. Weist, now acting as its consultant, is active in the development of new technology and assisting with rebuilding. Shortages of resources remain a source of conflict, however. Okay. Huh. What? Huh? Wait, what? It's been a long time. She forgot the box was in her pockets. All problems can be solved with fists. Siege. Bina. Alright. Skipping the rest. I just want to see if there's anything interesting that happens besides the summary. Who is she, by the way? I mean, she's with Union. I know that. I guess it explains here, huh? Yeah, I'm skipping right through it. Alright. That was pretty meh.
それじゃあ出発しようか。みんな、僕のルートに沿って行動してね。油断しないように気をつけろ。
始めよ
う。信号は安定。いつでも行けるよ。
Why do I keep trying to use Elysium? Fuck man. Alright, backpack, you're back. I need her low DP cost. It's too good.
薄汚い盗っ人たちめ、よくも私の前に現れたね。
信号、誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
進め。
誰にも縛られるつもりはない。
任せて。
全員の行動力を奪う。
思考を明晰にするは戦術。ライブスタート。
いや悪いね。僕は別に。
Where's my dude going?
動き回る。そう。
初逆転。思考を明晰にするは戦術。
黙っていろ。
Oh, come on.
ここに
信号は安定。いつでも行けるよ。
ノープゆっくり。意志を言語にするは規律。私なら大丈夫。いいか手を離すなよ。君ごときが汚す。
動き回る。そうすればお互い手間が省ける。
私の
And activate this.
邪悪を壊滅。
What the fuck?
切りつく。
もしずっとね。今さら逃げようとして。
あ、いいか。
オリジニウム鉱脈を乗せた溶岩には意志を奮。敵へロックオン。
Man, what?
いい
That's too
か
fat.
愛のの知らずだね。そんなもの
Too
まで盗もうな
fucking
んて。
fat. Oh, I could have acted one more time. What we got? Avina has her hands full with the problem of the city. The Glasgow gang do their best to help in their own way. Delphine appears before Shearer, who continues to suffer from lingering symptoms and promises to take him back to Linkardin. Back to Toron. Well, maybe I'll go further than that. My father is not the only guide I have in life. Your advice has been most enlightening, of course, such as your story of dinner with the envoy of the Arrow of March. Meow. I'm reading super fast, you guys just don't know. What the fuck? The Summit of Nations. Lateran is paying close attention to the events in Victoria. After all, this disaster caused by the Sarkaz. However, the decisiveness that you and the Parliament have shown on the Sarkaz question gave me hope for the city's revival. Of course, His Holiness sincerely wishes to build the bridge of peace by the nations of Terra in order to prevent another tragedy from happening. You're not only here on behalf of His Holiness the Lateran Pope, are you? I am but a humble messenger here to deliver a message to you and Parliament. And please send my apologies to His Holiness. I appreciate the kindness that Laterano is demonstrating, but Parliament is not in a position to address matters beyond Londinium. Kindly inform the Duke, currently playing host to you, that I am not going to Laterano in any capacity. As for his own plans, those have never been any business of Parliament, nor myself, have they? Fucking Oren, dude. One interesting tidbit. The Lateran messengers went onto the ship with a group of refugees. He made an oath by placing his hand on his gun in order to convince the Duke to accept the refugees. The scorching hot barrel gave him a blister on his hand. Oh? Pending. Is this? Avina, we caught those robbers you were on about and taught them a lesson. Testing or targeting frail or petty patients. Scum. Hey, we're not collecting protection money. This is nice. This is nice. When was the last time you had candy since we got back to Victoria? This is nice. This is a very nice picture. I enjoy this. I'm screenshotting this. Yep. Oops. Alright, this is very nice. Being so fucking tired. And lad who got robbed said he made himself a risk with every mouthful. It's not like you ever liked normal candy sticks. Said he couldn't get his hands on regular sweeteners, so he tried potatoes, carrots, or Aginium slug fluids. What the fuck? Tried all of them, didn't throw up or nothing. Sounds like a real pick-me-up. Can I try one? Sure, there's plenty. I even took on a new lackey today. He's built like a straw, but I can teach him a few moves to defend himself. It's time for Glasgow to rebuild. When can we go back? I think it's time to give a public answer to the issues that concern our citizens. Most don't come to listen to parliamentary debates, but they'll listen to a radio at the end of the long day. Situation in the city is stabilizing. I've requested a third engineering team for Norport. Soon, our home will be back to the way it was. Better than the way it was. You can go back to Lincardian, Delphine, once you've taken care of this business. This is a nice picture. Diane? Retired. I had declined the sanatorium's invitation. Just coming to visit and thank you again. Hope you don't mind. I don't remember much, but to be honest, the doctor says the rocks have gone to my head. Your hands are trembling. He's gone. Where did he go? Where did he go? Dude's gone. Just like that. Watch where you're going. Keep your distance. Something's not right with him. Speaker office is this way. No, Shearer is fucking dead. Shearer is fucking dead. Shearer collapses on the street. The rays of setting sun are not particularly bright, but they are enough to hurt his eyes. Or perhaps it is his body of weight reminding him that only another deep-seated desire can mask the pain. He tries to adjust his breathing like he instructed the soldiers fighting pain during the war. But he fails. He has already lost a fight. Shearer sees fire. It is so hot he cannot open his eyes. The sky burns. The wall burns. He burns. He sees the day when he lay on the ground beneath the walls. The walls of Londinium burned with Draco fire, burning brighter and brighter until the flames consume the sky. He cries out in fear and tries to cover his eyes. Booba. Nice focus on the booba. Saw the letter you wrote to Vina, but you avoided me, just like you refused my offer of treatments. She never read my letter, did she, Lady Delphine? I can guess what you wrote. Sorry, but I can't help you here. We both know the state of medicine availability in Londinium. You can't stay here. Lincardian. I wasn't asking, Lieutenant. This is an order. And don't give me that excuse about being retired. You're afraid to face the senior officers who betrayed and abandoned you at Arknights Gallivey. You're afraid that you won't come good on your loyalty to me or my mother. And you're afraid to return home like this, aren't you? The war's over, Lieutenant. The soldiers should go home. I'll take care of it. Did you really think I would abandon you just because you didn't come looking for me? I'll make arrangement for you to get treatment. I'll depart once I've taken care of what I have to have in front of me. Oh, sure. Oh, 6? This looks easy enough. Wait, this looks familiar. Hmm. I feel like using penance.
正義をなすことはできない。それだけははっきりと理解しています。
They have gotten everyone to help fix the guts of this tower by now. I thought you'd be getting ready for a speaker's speech, Vina. I'd rather not meddle with the designers while they work anyway. You know how to build a museum better than I do, and I'm looking forward to what little surprises the Knights of the Tower Museum they're making has in store for me. By carving a monument commemorating the Knights, that's something I've got to do myself. Here, have a look. How is it? Never took you for a sculptor. Master Mitchell taught me how when I was really young. Though he'd always get so drunk, he'd forget to teach me his special techniques. Come on over and I'll introduce you. This is Master Finn, the last captain of the watch, the elder knight I was closest to. This is old Ferguson, the one who taught me to drink. This is Master Bailey, who did his best to teach me how to do makeup. And here is Master Mitchell, not my carving though. He made himself after a night at the pub. This is Carl the crybaby. This is Martin. Every week he sneak off before getting sent back by his family. This is Karen. And then there's pretty quiet in here. Hello, hello. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks, Vina, but I'm fine. It's just that every time I come here, fading memories of mine become a lot clearer. Carved your own name too. Isabel Montague. The Knights of the Tower never left. Still here. Master Finn would be glad to hear it. You know, Parliament could retain the institution of the Knights even if our duty is already over, no? Victoria has no need for a monarch, so naturally she has no need for the Knights. Let the past be remembered in a museum. That's the best ending we could ask for. Since there's no more need to light up the tower for the past's sake, my own duty's done as well. These days, Londinium is no longer home to Isabel, the Knight of the Tower. There's just Dagda now. Dagda of the Glasgow gang. But Vina, if you still have need for the Knights, I won't hesitate. Just say the word. We've been looking into who's been spreading them, but it seems there's a lot of people who believe, even wholeheartedly support the idea that Vina Victoria will be crowned king. Oh shit. Back to college, boys. Bobbin. That's a new face. Oh, Jenna, more questions like to ask me? Miss Molly. Molly? This is the Noxura King, no? Or no, not the Noxura King, but like Fuck, what's it called? What's his name? The one that's immortal, basically. The one that can like split himself up into the slime one. Sus. Is he an Octar King? No, that's not him. Oh, what's his name? Ah, I forget. It's an ancient race. The one that like keep on evolving. Or it keeps on living. I personally don't care much about this part. I just want to know about Vina, and that's about it. Alicia, I don't care. Oh shit, what the fuck? Are all the MPs present? They are. How much longer until citywide broadcast? 2 minutes. It was an evening close to New Year's. After several long years living in fear, most folk could finally feel at ease and enjoy dinner with their families, listening to the Speaker of Parliament broadcast together. They even started calling it the dinner time declaration in jest. Pity that dinner didn't taste so good. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Shall we begin? Go ahead. This is Vina Victoria. As Speaker of Londinium's Parliament, I now address all the city's residents who took part in the resistance during the war and who yet live. Everyone's like, oh shit. Turn on radio. 2 months ago, we walked out from the midst of tragedy. Shut the fuck up. Can't you tell the speaker started her speech already? On behalf of Parliament, allow me to convey our respect to those heroes who contributed to the war efforts. Every citizen, every soldier of the Ducal Alliance, every fighter of the Exemplars. The city will remember each and every one of your deeds and honor all those who are no longer with us. The pub falls silent as everyone lifts their cups. To you, my brothers, and to me. Now, Londinium has begun her long road to recovery. Order will be re-established, and those lives once so familiar to us will return. But that's not all. In regards to the Exemplars, those glorious fighters of extraordinary circumstance, Parliament has decided to reserve this unit designation forevermore, so that we may commemorate both the past and the present of these troops. I can hear the children singing, and the retired soldiers singing alongside them. Seems like they're in a good mood. The song they're singing is from the end of the play. The sickly child finally recovers, and together they find happiness. I expected those homeless soldiers to care a lot more about the speaker's speech. Of course they care, but they are a firm belief that the speaker will not abandon them. After all the suffering endured, happiness will surely come, Eliseo. You believe so? The Exemplars came together once more for one simple dream, to go home. No matter their status, no matter their standing. Now, this dream of theirs has become reality. We are home now. We have reached the end of the road. Reached the end of the road. Seems the speaker lady really is set on about disbanding them. What an idiot, pulling apart your army of mates. And what do you propose she should do with such a motley crew? Keep chasing the Sarkas for the kill, or set their sights on the Dukes? We got better things to worry about than the Exemplars. Such as replenishing our strength as quickly as we can. Focus on that instead. And she's like, don't you fucking diss Vina. Many former Exemplars have joined the Defense Forces ranks. continuing to protect our homeland. As for those who no longer wish to bear arms, they have the right to enjoy peace alongside their families. Parliament promises each and every one of our exemplar comrades a place to settle down. It may take a long time for this to come to fruition, but the door to the Speaker's office is forever open to my friends. I'm afraid it'll take a few years to see us through. We got a long road ahead of you, Vina. Coming along for dinner, Catherine. There's a fair few old retired blokes who reported back to the factory. They'll be real happy to see you. Sure, you're not just angling for my stash of smokes. I work real hard to collect them. Fine, I'll come along. Alright, while you're at it, tell everyone to bring a few friends along. Once Parliament helps us restart more factories, the hands we have now won't be enough. And I, Vina Victoria, do promise to every one of the city's residents that in this coming future without a king, the broadcast abruptly comes to an end. As it does so, Dagda hears an uproar suddenly echo through the skies above the city. Why the cutoff? What's going on at the Parliament? Technical difficulties. Trilby Asher? No. Madam Speaker, Madame Delphine, while I was fixing up the broadcast system, I noticed this old component. It's ancient scrap. Should have been replaced when His Majesty Alistair was on the throne. Would have thought that an unremarkable thing like this could still hold up until now. My mentor never told me anything about this. It's all just an accident? Or was there suddenly something on your maintenance checklist that wasn't there before? I just follow what the system synced up to me. Ladies and gentlemen, may I sit on this round of parliamentary discussion? Era of March. Eleanor, my name's not too hard to remember, Vina. You seem rather surprised to see me here. What, did no one tell you? It seems your informants have been lax of late, Lady Delphine. Londinium has no need for informants to host a guest, my lady. The city welcomes every Victorian who loves this land. Lovely to hear. Then I suppose you won't mind if I invite a few dukes to revisit a haunt for a little reunion. Judging by the time, they should be arriving any moment now. Considering their sensitive position, the dukes are hesitant to drop in on any specific person's home, so I was forced to borrow one of your places. I hope Parliament will understand. You're also welcome to join in, Vina, and you too, of course, Delphine. I know you are about to leave for Windermere. There are a few old friends who hope you could take their condolences for your mother along with you. She doffs her hat, greeting Delphine with a smile. She then immediately walks to Vina's side and lowers her voice. I loved your speech, a very sensible decision, yet far too impatient. There are some things you are free to say to us, but not to the common public. This is for their own good, and yours too. So you're the ones who cut our signal. We'll be assembling at the Royal Academy of Sciences, Vina. It won't take too long, so don't be late. By the by, sometimes there's no need for you to think you haven't done enough. The changes this city has seen are far beyond what I imagined. So they just fucking hijacked the fucking radio? Huh? I assumed your grace would have less of an appetite. I've always been a practical lad, Eleanor. We all know the situation in Londinium. This light wine and bread is already enough to show us the speaker's good faith. Duke of Wellington's absent yet again. It seems the alliance between yourself and his grace is not as reliable as we imagined. We all know we're here for more than just pleasantries, your grace. Old Wellington would never have come in the first place. How do you believe we should treat the Duke of Wellington, Vina? It has naught to do with Londinium, it has naught to do with me. Oh really? But he really care what you all think. He's always been one to seize the initiative. All I know is that since the battle for the walls ended 2 months ago, the engines of the Gastrel and the other frigates have not rested for even a moment. Wellington has been waiting for you to bite, and I'm afraid to say that he's very disappointed in you all. Quite right. But what you see is merely one side of the matter, Delphine Windermere. In old Wellington's eyes, it is still far too early to decide what sort of relationships will exist between Tara and Victoria. In these 2 months, we have had a tacit understanding. So long as nobody moves to break the silence, then silence we shall enjoy. But really, it's her grace over here whose emissaries are always sneaking into Wellington's domain. She's much better qualified than I to speak on the matter, no? Once I return, I will be investigating who has been going against my orders. After you return to Windermere, young Delphine, would happily welcome some tired guests at the Linkarding winery whenever you like. We dispense with the banalities already. What the fuck does that mean? Banalities. I'm guessing it's just formalities, but the fact or condition of being banal. Banal. Unoriginality. Conventionality. Now hold on. Londania may welcome all Victorians, but we have no time to waste chatting with each and every one of them. There are still many issues affecting our citizens that need urgent handling, all more important than the people sitting here. I am, of course, well aware that your sudden visit to London is also thanks to an tacit understanding. I know that Wellington is the only excuse. Parliament will not interfere in this matter. So if what you're going to discuss next doesn't involve Parliament, then I don't need to waste my time here. That's where you're wrong, Vina. The Duke of Wellington's choice really does have something to do with you, or to be more precise, it's to do with the late king, your late father. 26 years ago. Holy fuck, we're pulling up receipts? Old Wellington never cast a vote in the matter of how to handle your father. He simply watched in silence as the King Alistar was led from the throne to the gallows. Thereafter, he was disappointed. Disappointed in Victoria, disappointed in the Dukes, disappointed in your father. From that moment on, the Tara's undercurrent has never ceased. Duke Windermere never mentioned any of this to me. Your mother didn't care. No one regretted executing the king. Sorry, Vina. You know I don't mean it. I don't mean anything untoward. Just because Wellington himself will never come to Londinium doesn't mean that he has no interest in the city or in you. For the time being, we still do not know his true intentions, but just because the throne has sat idle for many years does not mean Victoria needs no king. Vina doesn't understand where Eleanor is going with this. She already made clear her refusal long ago. The kingship, the crown, they were never what she needed. What the hell, Vina? Patrols just came by your office to tell you. The crown's been stolen from the throne room. Pardon? It seems our meeting must be postponed, speak Victoria. There are side matters that require her attention. If you need help, Vina, you know where to find me. Chances are we'll be troubling you a little longer, Madam Speaker. You sodding. Oh. Tatakae.
いくら軽視されようとも、法自身がその価値を証明するでしょう。
私の歌声で戦いを止められたらいいのにな。
主の名を掲げ、この旗の下へ集え。こんなセリフを一度これで分かったでしょ。
進め、生命を救済し。
What? Wait, there was one here? What the fuck? Where'd you come from?
全員の行動力を奪う。それでいいだろう。
火山の煙や粉塵には大量のオリジニウム粒子が含まれるので長居は避けましょう。
目を凝らせ。これこそがイベリアのデストレッツァ。
毒と罠、これは戦術ね。始めよう。
サルベス
寝言は夢でも私がいる限り悪夢だ。
始まるよ
My tag is 416.
いい天気だね。初逆転。
この戦いで法はもちろん法の外にある正義と善良さをも誰にも縛られたつもりはない。
Mm-hmm.
まあこれで分かったでしょ。
初逆転。
法廷にない罪、法廷にないやり方で処罰しても良いのだ。
これで怪人は生命を育み
Full HP, baby.
汚れをすすぐもの。まあ急がないの。先に伸びをさせてよ。ずっとね、今さら逃げようとして
Easy.
もろい。
Unison unlock mission status. Nice. Done with that. Is there anyone else that I need to get a thing on? Logos. Alright, Logos. Logos, my dude. You need to do damage. You need to do damage. I'm actually pretty close to him. 38, 34, 39k. So 7. Okay.
ドクター、ご機嫌いかがかな。
Nice,
この
nice,
場所は
nice.
ディスクアレイのようなものですか。ドクター、ご機嫌いかがかな。
Sora is done. Pending builds. Three headhunting permits. Under 45k. Let's go. Logo, this is good. Level 60. I just need his module done, and then we're good. And then we chilling. Replace Sora. Go 7. You know, was really bad at the storyteller, but we managed to figure out how she got here from the palace. From that day on, she'll be siege of Glasgow Gang, she said. What am I looking at, dude? I see block and we good, you know? Maybe block here and then we fucking good. Alright, Sora, you're getting replaced by Logos. And Penance, you're getting replaced. I don't really want Penance here. Let us grab Let us grab. Let us grab. I'll just grab Axia. Okay. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Oh, we're fighting. We're fighting.
ここなら私が先導しよう。
もう誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
ちょっとからかってあげようっと。バラージュ。
Uh-huh. Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. I feel like I just put logos here and we're good, right?
始めよう。
これで分かったでしょ。
切りつく。火山の煙や粉塵には大量のオリジニウム粒子が含まれるので、
幻覚と威嚇、これも戦術よ。あん寝言は夢で、私
Yeah,
は
baby.
悪夢だ。黙っていろ。
Hmm. Fucker's not taking damage. What? Wait, he took? Oh, this guy gonna get giga buffed. Like absolute fucking giga chad buff.
ずっとね、今さら逃げようったって遅いよ。アップルパイ。
What the fuck?
進め。思考を明晰にするは戦術。
Hello?
皆さんが後ろにいる限り、私は一歩も引きません。
He's a giga chad? Fuck off, dude. Like, fuck off already.
いいか、怖いもの知らずだね。そんなものまで盗もうなんて。
Da 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 da.
Mission accomplished.
Alright. Hold on, let me take a look at something. Dina, Crown Slayer, Vulpus. Skip everyone until monster. You know, I say this now, you know. I say these things. And I say these things, but who knows what will happen. Who knows what will happen. I don't like the throne room in the Palace of Westalag. It's so empty and bleak. That lonely throne just sitting there. I can't imagine what it'd be like if Vina actually sat on it. One woman on that cold, lifeless chair, staring at the barren steps. Knowing Vina, she wouldn't last a minute there. I'd bet on it. $20. Did you find the crown? Where is it? We didn't find it per se. Someone delivered it to the speaker's office. We can't determine the precise time it was lost, but we were fairly certain it happened after your speech started. Vina already placed the crown on the empty throne, so what's the point of stealing it? Was it an order from the dukes? I don't think so. The dukes are never of one mind. They each have their own agenda. However, for the crown to go missing at the same time they're visiting to Londinium, or they're visiting Londinium, that's too much of a coincidence. According to what you told us, isn't that crown just an old rusted hunk of iron now? Not exactly, Morgan. To many people, the crown is extraordinarily important, no matter its current state. It's been left untouched for over 20 years, but the people have not forgotten about it. And in fact, they are more eager than ever for its return. They're waiting for a wise new monarch to put it on his or her head. Someone who can dispel the shadows that hang over Victoria. No, most people are just desperate for a miracle. Something that can satisfy their craving for royal authority. I cannot deny that. Plus, you have listened to their voices for ages, Vina. Your identity is truly unique. A descendant of the royal family and a bona fide war hero who was nonetheless raised on the streets. It's no wonder so many people naturally feel drawn to you. Now that Parliament is up and running and the dukes have willingly relinquished their authority, people are all the more convinced that you've secured universal support. The next step is plain as day. But the dukes have no intention of doing anything like that. The public only cares about the outcome, Morgan. Yes, I've understood that since the day we returned home. Unfortunately, sometimes, I'm still very good at letting people down. Bum ba bum bum. New Arknights streets. Thank you for sharing the energy bars, Alicia. I'm glad I'm gonna go daily sampling if I get a taste of treat like this every time. I don't care about Alicia's part. Boom. I thought she was helping you. Many of the all-comers came by the sanatorium today. They wanted to ask if anything unusual had come up recently. We were hoping to bring Diane along with their little reunion with them. Throughout the whole war, Vina never told us where she found that crown. But it didn't matter. None of us cared. And no one would ever see that hunk of iron again. It was supposed to remain sealed in the throne room in the Palace of Westalag, left to corrode and decay into nothing. The age of kings is over and done. That's what a drunken Vina said to me, with her arms slung around my neck. And yet, barely 2 months later, here it is again. Staring us in the face, the ghost of this ancient empire refuses to let go. It's always ready to claim its next victim. Sorry about that gag by family, but it's okay. Does anyone else knows about this? We've taken steps to contain that information and we'll do everything we can to minimize its impact. So, what do we do with this thing? This is my first time seeing it up close. Can't believe so many people are fretting over this old thing. Vina? She notices that Vina isn't looking at the crown at all. Instead, she's standing silently by the desk, her gaze fixed on dejected a dejected figure sitting in the chair across from her. The one who stole the crown. You really have no question for me, Madam Speaker? I reckon many of you have fanciful notions about me. Besides, my colleagues will soon have a more complete and objective report delivered to my desk regarding this matter, so don't lump me in with those people. All they care about is the throne itself. I care about the one on the throne. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm well aware of every new law Parliament has enacted. Speaker Vina, unauthorized entry into the throne chambers is indeed a serious crime, and I'm not planning to deny anything. And that doesn't mean you're fundamentally different from those people. The provisional court will try your case according to the law. You have any further objections? No, Madam Speaker. Delphine, I'll leave the rest to you. I'll personally return the crown to the throne room and make sure the security is tightened up. And I need to prepare the report for the council meeting. You didn't have to do all this, Siege. You know all too well how inefficient Parliament is. It's just a group of individuals all looking out for their own self-interest. You must already be exhausted just from dealing with all those MPs, no? Londinium has no need for a speaker operating at the whims of Parliament. What Londinium needs is a real absolute leader who can guide the city through its transformation. You know there's no point in arguing with her about this meaningless stuff. I know, Delphine. Madam, are you suggesting that Londinium needs a dictator? No, I'm talking about a king. Victoria needs a king. I can guess what you want to do, Madam Speaker. You're unlike any ruler I've ever known. You don't even care about your own lineage. But if you wish to achieve your vision, Speaker, it won't be enough. This crown should not and will not become an obstacle to you. This is all I have to say on the matter. I give my thanks to the exemplars and the siege for all you've done for our homeland. I'm fond of the changes she's undergone and firmly believe she'll become an even better leader in the future. It's just a shame that her transformation is still so slow. I won't live to see that day myself. Let's go, Lady Delphine. Where should we head next? Do you really know what I wish to do? You want to change Victoria. No, you want to defeat her. You want to defeat the Victoria of the past. Vina stands at the foot of the staircase, holding the crown in her hands as she gazes at the throne. Besides the throne, a golden lion lays sprawled, his eyelids drooping halfway. Gawain, you should have told me sooner. Step by step, she ascends the staircase until she reaches the throne. Instead of sitting on it, she sits on the step before it. The lion doesn't seem to open his eyes. His gentle breath brushes through its mane, sending up faint specks of dust. He is displeased. I'm sorry, Gawain. I had another sleepless night. There are still so many thorny issues left unresolved. She feels the warmth at her back. The golden lion has moved closer, and his massive body is now supporting her, just like it had when she was a child. Vina catches a whiff of sunlight. Gawain, how nice it would be to fall asleep leaning against you like this. Walking all the way back here from outside the city feels like a dream. It has been so long since I've had a good night's sleep, let alone a deep, satisfying dream. The lion lifts its head slightly, brushing against Vina's golden hair, tickling her just enough to make her smile faintly. The chill in the air sends a shiver through her, jolting her back to clarity. Has it always been this cold here? It's not time to rest yet, is it? What we're doing now still falls far short. There's not enough medicine, not enough food, and endless arguments. Sometimes I wish I could just rip off this uniform and knock those idiots down one by one. Maybe things would be much simpler that way, huh? Defeat the Victoria of the past. If only it was as simple as a match in the ring. The golden lion closes his eyes, drifting off to sleep. though his tail is still lazily swatting against Vena's arms. Teacher, I'm sorry for complaining to you again. There are some things I don't know how to explain to Morgan and the others. They wouldn't understand, and I don't want to make them worry. As for Delphine, I don't want to show too much doubt or vulnerability in front of her. She's already taken on so much for me and pinned for so many expectations on me. There are already so many people counting on me, Gawain. I don't want to let them down. She shuts her eyes and grips the crown. King, speaker, these titles means nothing to her. She just wants... Vina, I knew I'd find you in here. Wait, were you just asleep or... No, I was just thinking about something. Gawain, She instinctively turned her head to the side, but there's no one there. Yet that warmth remains unmistakable. He's gone. Thank you for being here with me, Gawain. Morgan, what are you doing here? Delphine convinced the Provisional Court to hold the Crown Thief and Defense Forces detention quarters for now. The full report on her is out now. I didn't want to waste time, so I came straight to you. Here, this is the reports. Her name is Diane Weber. Morgan pauses, watching Vina closely for a reaction, but Vina simply looks at her with curiosity, waiting for her to continue. She didn't just decide to steal the crown out of the blue. She has been working with a pharmaceutical rep from Colombia for a while now, helped spread awareness about oropathy infection protection methods. That's how she learned when the guards patrolling outside the palace of Westerlag would change shifts. When she got inside, she waited until your speech and slipped into the throne room. And then she stayed there for a while. At least half an hour. What is she doing there? I don't know, and she won't say. Maybe she was hesitating, or maybe she just got lost in thoughts. In any case, she managed to make off with the crown without alerting anyone. Wait, something doesn't add up here. She stayed in the throne chamber for so long, she didn't run into the patrols after the ship change? No, she didn't. Even she was surprised by how easily she escaped. She thought for sure the patrols would catch her, though someone must have helped her. Was it one of the guests? Unclear, but if she had help, she didn't know about it. She came up with this whole plan herself. But why? Just to bring the crown to me and goad me into... Her name is Diane Weber. I know. You don't remember her. I kept thinking she looked familiar, and when I saw the report I realized it's her. Huh? Remember the day when the Alliance surrounded us on our doorstep? The first soldier to defy orders and escort us forward. Vina recalls the sky of that day filled with steam, the lingering smell of smoke and gunpowder, and the soldier whose face became a blur in her memory. This is Lieutenant Diane Weber of the 6th Column 10th Infantry Regiment. Lower your weapons, soldiers, and escort the exemplars in their advance. Before I was a soldier, I was a Londonier. This is my home too. Go, Siege. The fight is not yet over. We will take back what is ours. Diane Weber, the soldier who defied the Duke of Castor's orders. She contracted an acute infection in the final battle against the Noxor King. That rings a bell? She was the one who took the sides of kings from you and charged towards the Noxors. She doesn't have much time left. We're short of oropathy suppressants, but she never got enough medicine to slow her condition. We took a look at her, but... The crown lets out a faint metallic creak. As Vina's hands tighten around it, it looks so fragile, yet its resilience is undeniable. She really loved our home, and she loved Victoria as well. That's why she volunteered to join the Ducal forces, only to defy their orders and end up forced into retirement. She trusted you, even though I don't agree with some of her ideas, Vina. Maybe we could... I never finished asking for mercy on Diane's behalf, and I knew what I wanted to say, and I knew how she'd respond. No, I knew what Speaker Vina Victoria would say. Even now, I can't imagine what must have been going through Diane Weber's head when she made that crazy decision, but I admire her. Even though she stole the crown, she did it out of love for Victoria. I don't understand. Since coming back to the city, so many things have changed. Changed in ways I can't fathom and don't want to understand. And on that day, I finally made up my mind. From the end of the final battle outside the palace of Westalag until now, I've lingered here far too long. Maybe it's time to go home. Back to the boxing gym.
任務完了。正確かつ効率のいい指揮だったな。
Wow.
ドクター。
How much damage did Logos do in that fight? Did you do any damage? 3,000. Fuck. I don't think that was a. I think that was a good position. It's just I didn't block properly. That's all. I didn't utilize the position properly. That is all.
ご機嫌いかがかな。ほう、また新しい部屋を増やしたのか。エンジニア部は本当に元気だな。
Max trust feels good. Feels good, man. Feels good. Feels good, man. Hayes is at 198. Fuck it, dude. Close enough. I wish it would show like who has been already selected. Alright. Now then.
ドクター、ご機嫌いかがかな。
Should really just do them all. Go 8. When the steam dissipated, Vina told me that history will remember its heroes. These all seem relatively easy, right? By the way, who was that guy? This fucking guy. Max 3 different types. Oh. What the fuck, we're fighting? The day the war ended. It's these guys. Death awaits at the end. My liege watches. Death watches you. Captain, the target has been neutralized, but our remaining ammunition is estimated to last only 2 more minutes. We need our next set of orders. All units prepared for close quarter combat. Hold the line for the next 2 minutes. I'll cover your retreat. Siege, our artillery support is running out. The bombardment will end in 3 minutes. What's the situation on your side? Can't clear this next fog. These things have severed the supply routes of our worker clear for us. We can't get supplies to your position quickly enough. Prepare to retreat from T1. Negative. Abandoning T1 will create a gap in our encirclements, and the Alliance forces will break through it from our side. Captain, I can't accept that. We sent a distress signal to our friends at Rhode Island, and we have to trust the doctor and the plan. Soldiers, we made it home. Do everything we can to survive. Only then can we take back what we lost. If the fog can't be dispersed, don't wait for us. Head to I-12 and rendezvous with Godedin's 106 Assault Brigade. Keep fighting. The Chimeras. What the fuck? Anti-witchcraft cannon has struck the target. Enemy movement disrupted. Remaining squads continue setting up anti-witchcraft cannons. Duke of Normandy's 8th Grenadier Battalion under orders to support the Exemplars. Duke of Normandy? Lieutenant's commanders truly had exceptional grasp of our intelligence operations, as to be expected from someone born into a military family. Lieutenant, keep Her Royal Highness Alexandrina safe. As for Your Highness, please accept this small gift. Once all these matters are resolved, I will visit you in person, Vina. With reinforcements, we should be able to reopen the supply line. Horn, we'll meet again soon. Oh. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Captain's dead. Ice is dead. Capitan is dead. What the fuck is burning? Familiar acrid smell hits Vice's nose and makes his eyes sting. I'm telling you, when you're busy working, you always forget to watch your back. Massive shadow in the depths of the smoke. With the blueprints you left behind. It took some effort, with the Sarkaz blockade and all, but we finally managed to build your big machine. The crawler. Zakurora. I know you're there. Your earrings has grown rather warm. Those workers who came to support the SSC earlier, that was your doing, wasn't it? It's her. You'll disrupt my friends. Still, thank you for taking good care of your little garnet for me, kitten. And thank you for clearing up those filthy rocks Dakaril left behind. You can have this back. I have more important things to deal with. I'll have to find that hunk of Shimeto again. He wouldn't want to miss this battle. Thank you for saving me earlier. Farewell. Fucking Batman, dude. Where are you after next? Ascalon. To be with him. I'm gonna help Dame Kelsey. With Amiya and Logos there, nothing will happen. I'll wait for them beneath the Palace of Westalag. This is the last known location, as far as I know. Your Highness is gone. It's time to put the past to rest. Your wounds. Insignificance. You don't need to involve yourself in the frontline work anymore. Take care of yourself. Don't you understand how powerful I am by now, Runts? You learned quite a bit from us back in the day, didn't you? Bringing you into the city was the most I could do. Whatever is between you and the Regent, Rose Riverside will no longer be involved. Good. Where do we go next? Keep tracking her down. She disappears so suddenly, abandoning Her Highness at the most critical moments that demands an explanation. One of our sharp-eyed sisters managed to track her as she left Londinium. She's still heading west, though her destination is unclear. Then when you catch her, we bring her back or kill her. She owes all the riverbank canoes an explanation. But you, Runt, should worry about yourself first. The region is close at hand. The Riverside canoes swore not to get involved with anything related to Babel anymore. However, helping an old acquaintance doesn't break the rules. This smear of blood is a gift and a blessing. For less pain and fewer scars. Safe travels, Ascalon. Did you really have to wipe it on my neck? Not my fault you always hide your face so well under that hood. You look better this way. So they know of each other. What do you think of that kitten? My judgment is unnecessary. When the dust settles, the truth will reveal itself. We're all the same. I really need to finish chapter 14. Fuck! Even today, many still argue about when exactly the war ended. Some say it was when the Noxer king fell at the gates of Palace of Westalag. Others say it was when Sarkas fully withdrew from Londinium. And as someone who lived through it, I've been asked quite frequently about my opinion. Luckily, I share the exact same view as Vina. The war ended the moment we found the courage to take the sword from Vina's hand and wield it against the Noxer king ourselves. We fought back, we destroyed, with our own hands, the enemies who tried to ruin us. We never needed a singular hero. That day, everyone who fought for her home and her future was a hero. Everyone, no matter your unit number, which squad you belong to, or which duke you serve, there's no retreating now. Support the allied forces. Why should we lag behind the slot? Quick, go help the exemplars. Captain, my weapon's broken. Take mine. If it breaks, grab another. If there's none left, snatch a blade from the devils and keep fighting. Advance, advance. For Victoria. Tatakae. Soldier, you should not continue the assault empty-handed. Take the sword. But this is the size of kings. I can't possibly. It belongs to your Royal Highness. No, it belongs to Victoria. On the wreckage of the glorious, trusted allies passed the sword from hand to hand until it reached me, completing its mission. Now take it from my hand. Let it reach the hands of everyone who needs it. Let its mission continue anew. This is your right as a Victorian. But if we take the sword, what will your highness use? I still have my hammer. I will not stop. I will stay with you until the end. The early morning sun breaks through the dark clouds. A golden-haired feline and the Victorian stand together. The soldier grips the sword tightly, her gaze locked on the determined Aslan, despite the blinding sunlight. She refuses to look away, for she sees the thousands of Victorians rally behind her, fighting for the same cause. She sees the king walking alongside her people. As you bid. All survivors of 6th Column 10th Infantry Regiment, advance with me. For Victoria! She cuts down 2 Noxer Royal Court elites and a caster. Her blade bears 2 new notches. However, she is too gravely injured to continue, so she passes the sword on. A worker grips the sword and presses forward. He perishes alongside a Royal Court elite, leaving yet another notch on the blade. An infected picks the sword up from the pool of blood. She does not defeat any enemies, instead protecting with her body. In doing so, she protects her Victoria and hope itself. Finally, the sword pierces the Noxer king, after which it disappeared into the chaos of the battle. To this day, we still don't know who the final hero to wield the sword was, or whether they're still alive. But one thing is certain, the sword fulfilled its mission. The Victorians wielded the blade against the invaders, but its legend didn't end there. They say it was the workers who recovered the broken signs of kings from blood and mud. As for the rest of the story, well, every child in Londinium can sing it loud and clear. Oh, that's so sick. That was great. Give me 1 second. Someone's trying to fucking scam me. fuck off. Okay. I don't see any more Noxurs. Is the battle finally over? This blasted fog hasn't let up one bit. Something's not right. The Sarkets aren't attacking under the cover of the thick fog like before. Is this a trap? Based on our previous encounters with the Noxur army, they are far more elusive than they seem. Orn, what do you suppose we should do next? Coordinate with the main allied forces. Hold off on advancing rashly and minimize unnecessary casualties until we get a clear read on the situation. Alright, sound strategy. Sound strategy. Dagda, send orders to all of our troops. I'll pass it on to the Alliance commanders as well as Closure and the others. Hey, hey, hey! Did Hood even get this? Did Hood even get the frequency rights? Huh? Already live? Gah, everybody, listen up. Rebels captured the Military Commission's command center. The bastards don't know their heads from their asses right now, and nobody's got it in them to help out the crusty old Noxur king. So quit wasting time and get those feet moving. I don't care if you believe me or not, just go and get this over with. Oh, and by the way, you might want to look up. The old hag owes me a big this time. Is Wizard though? Huh? Delphine? We traced the transmission. It seems the communication was received on several different frequencies. Both the Allies and the Sarkats probably heard it. That voice, it was Adele. Sounds like they've been busy. Lauren, please reassess the situation. Vina, look at the sky. It's... All eyes turns upwards. And soon they hear the sound of steam bursting at full force, echoing above the palace of Westalag. Victoria. The Victorian army boils. It's Charles Lynch. He's gone to the fog. I can hear the commotion inside the clouds. He's battling the Noxurs. Orn, although morale is currently high, the Alliance has yet to make any major moves. Clearly, the Dukes are still hesitating. They have reason to be cautious with intelligence from unknown source. If Rhode Island trusts Wizardell, then so do I. We trust you as well, Siege. I'll go tell everyone to get ready. Huh? What's going on? Did you hear the sound right beneath our feet? The exemplars we meet at last. Wait a minute, Vina, am I seeing things? Or did a giant thing just burrow out from underground? The Crawler. No, it has a name. The Crawler. My grandson designed it. Pretty cool, huh? Great-haired pilot and blows a smoke ring, standing proudly at the ladder of the massive machine. Has four massive steam power hydraulic legs, encased in a protective armor that bears unmistakable signs of the worker's handiwork. Smoke is still billowing from his enormous black cannon barrel, a clear sign that it was the one responsible for the massive hole in the ground. A steady stream of SSC members emerged from the gaping hole beneath the crawler, carrying combat supplies up to the surface. Ew. Siege, thank goodness we made it here in time. Starting now, the SSC will join forces with you. With Granny and her team helping out, we'll have a much greater chance of victory. We just got the message ourselves. It seemed the timing was spot on. Victoria, thanks to you. Horn, all clear. The preparation is complete. We're ready to move out at any time. Everyone, this is final battle. Wait a minute. There's still one thing left. I need to adjust the cannon. There, that should do it. Cover your ears. Bang. It's the bell? The cannon strikes the giant bell at the center of Octarig, an ancient relic that has stood for centuries. The bell tolls, loud, clear, and beautiful, followed by the sound of the Alliance war horns and the furious battle cries. We got to let certain people know we're here. You're in command now. Victorians, charge forth to our final victory. Wait, does that mean we get the giant crawler? Yo, that's sick. I see, it's not really a crawler. Bum 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 bum.
軍の行動力を奪う。それでいいだろう。
幻覚と威嚇、これも戦術よ。あんた、ほら太陽が飲まれたよ。
わかる。動き回るな。そうすればお互い手間が省けるだろう。これで分かったでしょ。
嘲笑は恋に抱いてなる。
始めよう。
火山の煙や粉塵には
黙っている。
万化がき革命に輝く星、地の黎明。
Mhm. Pretty easy.
縛られるつもりはない。了解した。
まあまあ急がないの。
しょうがないの。
伸びをさせてよ。はあ行動に降りたらできないんだからさ。ちょっとからかってあげ
Can't
よ
just do that.
リカ、手を離しなよ。君ごときが汚していい品じゃないんだ。
Locals has a attack buff. Like, he's not gonna be able to survive this.
私の出番？
黙っている。
オル革命に輝く星、地の黎
手を離しなよ。君ごときが汚していい品じゃないんだ。
誰にも縛られるつもりはない。
Easy. These missions are pretty easy. Victory. In the boxing ring, victory is about honor and glory. On the battlefield, victory is about lives saved and lost. The Noxer King's death terrified everyone who saw it. I don't want to think about it now, much less include it in my book. The sarcasm won't get an eulogy from me, but I'll forever honor the last steam knight, Sir Charles Lynch. How long has it been since he moved? 10 minutes. No one dares approach Charles Lynch. Everyone gathers around the last steam knight, down on one knee in a show of respect. He stands tall and unwavering before the palace Westalag, steam gushing from every crack in his armor. Scorching, unrelenting. Like the sound of a beating heart. How can he still be standing with such grievous wounds from the battle with the Noxer King? It was never his body alone that kept him upright, or he would have never made it out of the Mausoleum of Kings. Mausoleum of Kings. Vina walks towards the steam knight as everyone else watches on. Vina, don't get close to him. He's off his rocker. I have to. I have to know for sure. But he almost killed you back in the underground, Vina. Let her do it. Something's not right with the steam knight, Sir Charles. Siege probably sensed it too. But trust her. Vina approaches the steam knight. She can feel the temperature rise from the hot steam. I've never seen you like this. Not even back in the Mausoleum of Kings. The war is over. You've protected Victoria. You've completed your mission. What are you still searching for? The sword? Sorry. It was lost somewhere on the battlefield. Or perhaps you're waiting for something else. Vina gently touches Sir Charles's armor. Every scratch and mark etched into it tells the steam knight's story. The battle with his comrades on the day he swore to inherit the title. The battle on the frontier to quell uprisings. He survived amidst a storm of witchcraft, the betrayal in the mausoleum of kings, the charge towards the glorious, towards Originium. Sir Charles Lynch has never fallen. Sir Charles Lynch stood or shall forever watch over Victoria. You're looking at the Palace of Westalag. I understand now. You're not the only one. Many more are looking over at that place. Vina looks back at the gathered Victorians in the distance. Wounded, silent, excited, weeping. The people has already formed a long human wall on their own, holding back the restive and agitated crowd. They're all murmuring different names. Siege, Vina, Alexandrina, Victoria. I never believed you gone mad. Sir Charles, this is our second official meeting. I once hoped that if you found your way out of the darkness, you would find something worth protecting. We've already made it this far. Please wait a little longer until I return. Vina walks past the Steam Knights, up the steps of the Palace of Westalag, and alone through its door. Time slowly passes. At first, the crowd is silent, but gradually they stir, as unrest begins to spread. Why is it taking so long? Will there be more enemies inside? Should we go and help? Quiet, have faith in Her Royal Highness Alexandrina. Can't you see that even the Steam Knight is waiting here in silence? I've heard the crown is still inside. Do you think that when she comes out, we'll have a new king? Something's not right here. Based on our intelligence, there shouldn't be any more of the military commission's forces left. There should be nothing left in the palace. We're just gonna stand here like idiots? Or ought to just go in and see for ourselves? I'll go. There are better choices. Well, we're the only ones who can drive the crawler. As long as we got the crawler, we got nothing to fear. We'll be protected, even against the Steam Knights. Vina never told us what she saw in the Palace of Westalag, and we never asked twice about it either. It doesn't matter. I'm just relieved that once the military commission banner fell from atop the palace, Vina didn't actually walk out wearing the crown. That's my Vina. At least, that's how I felt at the time. There she is, she's coming out. Where's the crown? Why isn't she wearing the crown? Quiet, you moron, she hasn't been coronated yet. Why should she be wearing the crown already? What's that in her hands? Is that the devil's flag? Good people of Victoria, the Noxer king is dead. I've torn down this flag that the enemy has stabbed into the heart of our great Londinium. We will tear down every Sarkaz banner left in our home and drive out every enemy that's still consumed by their bloodlust. But please, spare the unarmed ones. Spare anyone willing to surrender. The war is over. We must not avenge slaughter with more slaughter, nor meet hatred with more hatred. I, Vina Victoria, wish to speak to all the heroes who have fought to defend our Victoria. Hear me. We have liberated Londinium, liberated Victoria. In these coming days, months, and years, we must revive Victoria. We shall revive Victoria. Vina raises her hammer aloft for all to see. The people rise to their feet, and a wave of cheers spread outward from the center, each surge louder than the last. Londinium and her citizens celebrate her rebirth. At the center of the crowd, the last Steam Knight lets out his final roar, steam bursting forth. His heart stops beating, so he ignites it with the suit's burning core. His vision blurs, so he clears it with a steam hot enough to melt flesh. Then Sir Charles sees it. Victoria's flag basking in the sun's golden glow. Sir Charles Lynch can finally fall. He falls to the light of dawn, to a new beginning. Steam completely envelops Sir Charles' enormous body, making his demise unceremonious and almost unnoticed. Amidst the cheering crowd, a figure walks into the cloud of steam. Allerdale bids farewell to the hero she once so deeply admired. You could have killed me back then. The despicable meeting her end at the hands of her hero. That would have been a perfect ending to her story. So why must the despicable be the one to bid farewell to the hero? Sir Charles, you have completed your mission. My father once taught me that every steam knight returning triumphantly from his mission would have her squire to remove his armor and wipe away the dust. Allow me to remove your armor. It has long fused with your body, core temperature dropping. I will keep your core. I promise that your heart will never stop burning. It will bear witness to Victoria's future. Sir Charles, you have seen the things you hope to protect restored to their former brilliance. Have you any final words, good steam knights? From this day forward, you will be honored as a steam knight. Sir Charles Lynch, tell me, what do you want for your reward? Your Majesty, I wish for your blade to always be sharp. I wish for the wheat my wife harvests to fill the granary by our doorstep year after year. I wish to hold my newborn daughter in my arms and fly over Londinium, gazing down at the factories bustling day and night throughout the city. I wish for my neighbor, whose legs were crippled by illness, to stand again, so we can drink, sing, and celebrate through the nights with our comrades we know so well. Your Majesty, what I wish for is a life of lasting peace. If this reward requires me to fight it for myself, then, Your Majesty, I pledge to you, I will always keep fighting. For you, for all my loved ones, for myself, and for Victoria. Victoria. The oath of Sir Charles Lynch, the final words of the last Steam Knights. You never abandoned yourself, even when Victoria abandoned you. Steam Knights. I don't deserve that title, nor this set of armor. This war has already claimed too many lives. I hope yours is the last. Goodbye, Sir Charles Lynch. Listen, they're all bidding you farewell. Victoria, victory. Victoria for Victoria. Victoria. His final hoarse whisper merges with the crowd shouting, like raindrops quietly dropping into the sea. Allerdale sees the excited faces in the crowd, yet cannot help falling into silence. Her eyes are drawn to the woman standing on the steps. Vina. She knows Vina can see her as well. Vina just stands there looking back at her, her lips moving slightly. Did she recognize me? Allerdale sighs. You made the right choice. You are standing exactly where you belong. As am I. Londinium does not need any more heroes, Vina. She turns and walks away, disappearing into the white billows of steam. What are you looking at, Vina? The Steam Knight is gone. He has completed his mission. I thought it was like last time. This time is different. And there's no need to bother him. Someone is already seeing him off. Alright. Celebration and mourning. Vina, what should we do next? The people stand cheering in front of the Palace of Westerlag. They all look to Vina. They're waiting for you. Then I will show them all, Delphine. Okay. On Christmas. Is this the speaker's answer? She sent you, her own comrades, to drive us away? No, guarding this Sign sealed is only one of the defense forces' responsibilities. Justice is justice. Heroes shouldn't be treated this way. Diane and all the exemplars who bled don't deserve this, do they, Commander? I understand what you're saying, but this isn't how Parliament makes decisions. We cannot let this become a precedent. I do not know politics, Captain. I only know that Diane is a good person. If Parliament insists, many hearts will be lost. And you, sir? You still will not yield. I know Diane well. She would never act out of selfishness, nor does she have any ties with the nobility. Therefore, I humbly ask the Speaker to take time out of her busy schedule to reconsider Diane's verdict. This was a decision rendered by the Provisional Court. Diane broke into the locked throne room in direct defiance of the Parliament. We also know Diane very well, but I'm afraid there's nothing. Diane? Yeah, she's the one who introduced us to you. After the war, we lost our homes and nearly our lives. If it weren't for her constant encouragement, I'd probably still be passed out in a barrel of ale. You don't think she's a bad person either, do you? It's just that Speaker Vina, sorry, it's a force of habit. Speaker Vina must have made a mistake. We've all gone to her office, but I feel like just having numbers on our side might not be enough. Feist, your words might carry more weight. Please, I'm begging you. Sorry, but I have to assume that if Parliament put Diane on trial, they must have also allowed her to present her defense. No matter how strange or unfair I think their decision is, having Speaker Vina force them to change it at the last minute would be even more unfair. But Diane's case should be treated differently. We just barely survived the war, and now she's going to die over something so stupid. Listen to radio, listen to patrons in the bars. You hear that nobody's happy about this decision. What do you think, Catherine? You said we could lodge our complaints with Vina anytime. I think Diane is just a stupid girl who did a stupid thing, nothing more. She means well, but what she did was moronic. She defied a direct order of Parliament and left Vina with no other choice. So you're planning to turn down the Pharma rep? Or do you expect me to convince Parliament? Actually, Vina does have a chance to solve this. With her reputation, persuading Parliament to impose a lighter punishment is not impossible. But many eyes are watching as she makes her final decision. This is just one of the many tricky issues that the Speaker of Londinium's Parliament has to face. A hero may be able to save everyone in a war, but Lady Delphine, we spent quite a bit of time trying to find you. Me? In just one day, Diane's case caused quite an uproar across Londinium. We briefly investigated who was spreading the news and inciting the public. So, Parliament wants me to shut up? No, Eliseo, compared to the deliberate acts of sabotage, your actions have had significantly less impact. And actually, we all admire you for fighting so hard for someone you have not known for very long. Vina understands how you feel. She wants to come see you in person, but I stopped her. I apologize, but Madam Speaker has more urgent matters to attend to presently. Is there absolutely no room for negotiation regarding Diane's case? No. Vina could change things, we all know that. Frankly, this is a very sad case. However, it will serve as a message from Parliament to all the citizens. I saw that you requested to review Parliament's records, so you must be well aware of Diane's charges, the defense that she herself presented, and the various PM's opinion of her. The citizenry has collectively established Londinium's current laws, and the Provisional Court made its judgment of Diane in accordance with those laws. Isn't this how you do things in Columbia? But she's a war hero. Shouldn't her merits outweigh her faults? That's a notion steeped in reason, yet brimming with arrogance. I often come across this phrase in history books, often said by old Victorian kings. But if Vina crosses this line and the others are allowed it to happen, then what is the point of having a parliament? How would our parliament be any different from the ones where the king himself served as speaker? I don't know the answer to the question, Eliseo, but none of us want to take the risk of finding out. Parliament will not interfere with any of your endeavors. However, as far as Diane's case is concerned, I'm sorry, this is the Parliament's decision, and it cannot be changed. Diane never told me specifically what kind of soldier she was during the war, Most of the time, she talked to me about her hopes for Londinium's future. Most of the people I meet in Londinium harbor high hopes and dreams for the city's future. This is the city of great fortune. Our duty is to ensure we never let its people down. I see. The herbs Diane grew in the greenhouse against all odds will mature in February. I hear they can alleviate the excruciating pain of oropathy. I'll wait until they mature and take some samples back to Colombia. Okay. If you need any help before then, just let us know. Actually, when I first arrived in Londinium, I was also curious as to what kind of person Speaker Vina was. When Hannah and I visit schools and sanatoriums to give surprises to the infected children, they always ask about that story of Princess Alexandrina, the Princess Royal. We then tell them the whole tale of the street urchin who became a legendary war hero and the savior of Londinium. But the story always ends when Vina walks out of the palace of Westerlag. At that point, it is not so fit for children. I wish the story would end with Vina tearing off those fancy clothes and returning with us to Norport, with the Glasgow gang. But I know that's not possible anymore. On the day of the mass protest against Diane's verdict, Vina explained to us in detail the proposals she was going to submit to the Dukes at her upcoming meeting. They covered a whole lot of topics like food, healthcare, education, and civil service reforms. Vina had the right solution to all those issues, but she didn't say a word about Diane. We listened quietly to all of her proposals and then left without bringing it up. Pain. Fuel inventory report, comprehensive report on all city sanatoriums, report on oropathy suppressant distribution. Vina returns her gaze on the documents in front of her. She struggles to absorb the reams of data. She knows that in just a few minutes, the bell on the table will ring to remind her to head to the banquet hall. She also knows that those guests won't truly care about the numbers she has tried to memorize, much less the actual lives, deaths, and hardship they represent. But she cares. This time she's the one who invited the Dukes for dinner. I hope this works. In the now quiet office, the faint shouts of protesters outside the window could still be heard. I'm sorry, Diane.
What? 我がこぼした指紋はいずれも意味があり、言葉の一字一句に無駄などない。素晴らしきコンビネーションよな、ドクター。
ドクター。ドクター。Go 9? 999. Golden Echo deals arts damage. What the fuck? Eh? What the fuck? Alright, this doesn't seem too hard, right? Fuck it, let's go. It's fucking Christmas, baby. Yeah, Zone 2 is finally all cleaned up. Now it's just Zone 4 left. How are you doing? Top 4K? Want to take a break? I'm cleaning just as fast as you are, as you can plainly see. You don't need to try and accommodate me just because I'm infected. It's not it at all. I just thought you must be tired with everything you've been through and all. Oh, I thought... Never mind. As for that incident with the crown, I'm fully clear on that now. It was just a spur of the moment thing. Besides, you're not the only one who wanted to do that. Actually, it seemed like all of a sudden, people aren't as afraid of the infected anymore. That's because we're in Londinium. The policies instituted by Speaker and Parliament have, at the very least, stopped many people from openly showing fear and resentment towards the infected. But according to a Colombian friend of mine, outside of Londinium, things haven't changed. Anyway, thanks for helping with the cleanup. Would have had the captain on us again without you. I should be the one thanking you for not shackling me. Having something to do helps put my mind at ease. If you ask me, you're not worried about Parliament's decision. Think about it. Of all the places in Londinium where they could have detained you, why did they choose the Defense Forces lockup? It's because we're all either old war buddies or familiar faces who can look out for you. Don't worry. Once things cool down, we'll find a reason for you to go home. The protesters outside Speaker's office, they're the ones who are missing the picture. We all know what kind of person Vina is. Feeling good? Right, do you need something to drink? You're saying the Speaker is going to release me? I'm saying just rest here for now, where it's safe, until things die down out there. The captain didn't allow you to have a radio or read a newspaper, right? It's because he was worried that you might get to thinking too much. You're still feeling jittery, my good buddy. You get thrown in the drunk tank every few days. Every few days? Holy shit, dude. Dude is fucking loaded. He stashed some premium hooch around here somewhere. I'll go grab a few bottles for you. Diane gives a faint, wry smile as she strains to catch the sound coming from outside. But aside from the faint sound of water running through the pipes, she hears nothing but the distant drill of the defense forces. Ever since she was brought in here, she has been more or less cut off from the outside world. I wonder if Alicia was doing alright. I really should have let him know beforehand. He must be so worried about me now. Indeed, he went to nearly everyone he knows to plead on your behalf. And a speaker. Good. They aren't treating you like some common criminal. Can you make sure of that? No, they did it on their own. They believe you don't deserve this sentence. When they come to me on your behalf, your friends, my friends, our comrade in arms, and even some civilians who don't know you at all. Diane, I snatched some of my buddy's liquor for you. Oh, shit. He takes a big swig of whiskey. Fuck, shit. Oh, shit. Before the soldier even reaches Diane and Vina, he snaps to attention, the whiskey caught awkwardly in his mouth, too afraid to swallow or spit out. Equally hides the bottle behind him and salutes Vina. No need to hide up to tell. As I recall, Horn did mention that drinking is prohibited in the barracks. Yes, Vina, but this is... I won't tell Horn, but in return, you'll keep my visiting Diane a secret. And set a bottle down, will you? Why don't you bring it to Diane anyway? Alright, Vina, you came here to discuss the plans with Diane, right? Yes. See, Diane, I told you not to worry, didn't I? I'll go finish cleaning zone 4. I've been on duty all day. I didn't see anyone here. I've been on duty all day and I didn't see anyone here. Just like a taste of whiskey, Patel left. Doesn't smell all that bad. And shakes her head slightly, a bit downcast. Mind if I have a sip then? Meeting with those dukes have me parched. Madam Speaker, did you put me here because you really wanted to? Man, it's like you can't talk politics or some shit. You can't do these like fucking scheming shit without drinking whiskey in UK or some shit. Hold up. Alright. We thought you'd feel better among old friends. You'd rather I threw you in solitary. No, of course not. Honestly, I'm not as resolute as you think. My past isn't much different from yours. Or from that of most Londoniers. And I did hesitate over my decision. So, does your visit mean Parliament has come to a verdict? I feel it best that I inform you of Parliament's decision in person. I bid you adieu, Lieutenant Diane Weber of the former 6th Column 10th Infantry Regiment. You are unquestionably a war hero. Thank you for your great service to our homeland. Parliament, I see, Madam Speaker. When will it happen? Tomorrow. Alright. Have you any regrets? Have you? Perhaps my biggest regret is that after the war, I didn't immediately strip off this outfit and hide myself away back in Northport. You would never have done that. I know you. The siege would never abandon our homeland, and the Speaker of Londinium would never abandon Victoria. I have no regrets either, Vina. May I call you that? You may. We've met many times and fought side by side just as often. But today, I think, is the first day we can truly call ourselves friends. Vina, before I go, would you share a drink with me? When you walked alone into the palace of Westerlag, everyone believed that the woman who emerged would be wearing the crown. A hero must one day be crowned king. Every collection of fairy tales in that old bookstore on Baker Street has a story like that. It was my favorite place to go before I enlisted. I really did want to witness history, Vina. But I let you down. I let a lot of people down. Yes, you could have been a great ruler. Just because I want to make London a better place. And the old king, the one who was hanged public, also want to make Londinium, to make all of Victoria a better place. Things rarely go as planned. Sometimes what you believe is right may look wrong to others. I've only recently begun to understand that. Then what is there to do? I'm still searching for the answer, Diane. Someone I trust told me to try to accept those who hate me and to stand firm in my own sense of justice. I'm still learning. I never imagined this path would be so lonely. You're drunk, Vina. Vina shakes her head. She draws her sword and hands it to Diane. Do you remember King Sikith? The size of kings. Yes, I took it from your own hands after all. After the battle, I discovered that it had completely dulled. The smiths worked tirelessly day and night to reforge it for me. This new sword is heavier. Fuck! This new sword is heavier. It carries the weight of even greater expectations than before. Diane, this sword reminds me every day of the right path. The future of Victoria doesn't rest with me or Parliament. It rests on all of you, those who reclaimed our home with their own strength. Vina, I have one last question. What really happened in the palace was like that day? What kind of story would you like to hear? A heroic fairy tale that will make it into the books of that old bookstore, but the truth so plain that it's almost boring. Diane takes a long swig of her drink, her hand brushing over the cold steel of the sword. To be honest, I prefer the old sword. When I used it to strike down our enemies, there were the moments I felt closest to Victoria. Back when I was living a simple, uneventful life, I never imagined I'd have thoughts like these. And besides, there's hardly any time left to savor those quiet pre-war days, is there? Vina, forgive me, but I can't save the last bit of whiskey for you. I really need it. Why now, of all times, am I suddenly afraid to die? Vina, before I'm completely drunk, would you tell me one last fairy tale? Her tears fall on the sword, sliding down his blade. Diane, you already know the story of the past, and you were there for the best parts of the fairy tale, but you may not know how it ends. That day, I entered the palace of Westerlag, tore down the Sarkaz banner, and was about to leave, when suddenly I heard someone call my name from the throne room. Alexandrina Vina Victoria. And I pushed open the door that had been sealed for so long. I saw. My father, Alistar II, speaking to me. My Alexandrina, you're finally home. Come sit by my side, my daughter Victoria. Vina couldn't make out the king's face. The golden mask blended with his golden hair, radiating authority and an air of mystery. He was Victoria personified. My daughter, are you afraid of me? Are you afraid of Victoria? Vina, never reveal even the slightest hint of fear to your subjects. Your teacher should have taught you that. You died long ago. 26 years ago. They hanged you from the gallows. Laughable. Who could kill Victoria? Those greedy condor wings thought they could tear the flesh from my body to feed themselves. They were so blinded by fear that they conspired in regicide. Also, they could feast upon the lands of the Aslan for their own gain. And no one can kill us, not the dukes, not the red dragon. We are the beating heart of Victoria. So that's why your statue in the Mausoleum of Kings was never completed. The dukes never truly laid you to rest. You've been here all along. What little courage they possessed drove them to confine me in this throne room, but never to claim my throne. Cowardly usurpers. They fear my people. They fear my steam knights. They fear us, Vina. My daughter, tell me, do my people still remember me? Do my knights still guard our palace? The people of Victoria have long since adapted to a life without a monarch. As for your knights, they're all gone. They were murdered by the very people they were sworn to protect. And what of you, Vina? I can barely remember what you look like. Then come closer. Take off my mask and look closely. You'll see only yourself, Alexandrina. The blood of the royal lion flows in us both. I'm sorry, my child, that I failed to keep my promise. I intended to hand you a peaceful and powerful Victoria, yet betrayal has left me sitting here, rotting on my throne for over 20 years. But at last, you have returned. Take my scepter, wear my crown. Proclaim to our people that their sovereign has returned. Purge our land of all dissent and punish every coward who betrayed the crown. Let glory endure. This is Victoria's rightful way. The king's scepter struck heavily against the throne platform, its dull echo reverberating. Blood was never the source of our strength. How familiar those words are, just like my defiant boasts to my own father. You still have much to learn, my daughter. Let me teach you a long overdue lesson, the meaning of royal power. Still, I grant you the right to oppose me. Alexandrina, return to my side and listen. No, you're already dead, your majesty. All that remains here is your echo, lost in the glories of a bygone empire. I do not need you to grant me anything, nor do I need you to validate the strength of my convictions. I just want you to rest in peace, father. Vina tightened her grip on her hammer, stepped onto the platform, and walked towards the Empire's last glimmer of twilight. What the fuck? Hero's final bow.
あと6分で到着予定
Who the
です
fuck is you? Final flame of the Empire. Spectre adorned with a rusted crown. Refute him, refute Victoria's supreme glory and authority. He will examine the evidence he may yet forgive. What the fuck? Golden Echo.
油断しないように気をつけろ。満即戦即決。
バット。黙っていろ。
ちょっとからかってあげようっと
Okay.
ディオポーレント
Can I just kill this guy?
影すら捕らえさせ。
Answer is no.
オリジニウム鉱脈を乗せた溶岩には
誰にも縛られるつもりはない。清く私を追って影に踏み込んでこい。
我が弦を発する。
What the fuck?
アップルパイ
オル革命に輝く。
いや悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
Huh?
私が最前線に立ちます。
私の領域を犯して切りつく。
射撃許可を持ち、大地を這う溶岩にはどうか穏やかに。
あれくらいの力で十分かな。幻覚と威嚇、これも戦術よ。
Oh shit.
時間をかけるつもりはない。
私と奪い合いをする気？切りつく。私の領域を犯した。
On Mars, the area of ally units with highest current HP has long-range physical attacks. After several attacks, charge a current attack that deals heavy physical damage 3 times.
切りつく。
No.
進め。邪悪を壊滅しうる勇猛さ。去るべき怪人は私の動きの後ろ。
お前の攻撃は想定の通りだ。
You just gonna die like this? Ain't no way.
ご特訓ラール。なあ
What the fuck? He just dies like that?
先に伸びをさせてよ。行動に降りたらできないんだからさ。もし手を離しなよ。君警告。ターゲット。オールクリア。
切りつく。私の領域を犯した。
Just fucking dies like that? Who dies like that? Come on.
いいか。発掘物に汚れを落とすときには。
What? Who fucking dies like that? Vina, I don't like this story. The king who found no peace in his eternal rest upon the throne, and the hero who laid down her crown. The story's over. Has anything really changed? You and King Alistar both wanted to make Victoria better, but in the end... And takes a hard swig from the bottle. The burning liquor stings, coaxing more tears from her already swollen eyes. If the king couldn't do it, then what hope do we have? How can we possibly change anything? But the story's not over yet, Diane. I had also believed it would all end when the king found peace. But then someone unexpected appeared. Feist. Should I even ask what brings you here? A white figure emerges from the shadow behind the throne. Faint glimpses of that fairy can be seen in so many of Victoria's legends. Power, intrigue, destiny, dreams coming true. Throughout the centuries, old tales, she seems to possess different powers, yet no one can say for certain which one is truly her. Vina, who did you see? I saw the unicorn. Vina, you far exceeded my expectations. You showed me new possibilities. Calvicia, what the fuck? Put down your hammer, I am not your enemy. We fought side by side once, didn't we? Who are you, unicorn? A tailor's daughter, a leader of the SSC, a witness to Victoria. Of course, many old men, even as they faced death, insisted on calling me the nation's sentinel in their history books. Wishful thinking, I suppose. Over the hundreds of years I remained in Victoria, I've assumed and later erased countless identities, but at present, I am Calvicia. In short, I am your friend, one sincerely pleased by all you've achieved. Does this answer satisfy you, Vina? Another one of the long-lived? You deceived every ally in the SSC as well as all of Rhode Island. Deceived? I've never deceived anyone. Everyone has their desires, I merely fulfill them. Ordinary people tormented by sarcasm, bloodshed wanted to survive, so I led the SSC to find a way out. Ancient families, mired in power struggles, feared annihilation in the Empire's whirlpool, so I eliminated every threat to that continuation of ducal lineage. Frederick III hoped Victoria wouldn't fall into chaos beneath the Red Dragon's shadow. I could grant that wish too. So now you've come to me. Alexandrina, daughter of Alistar. Why would you think I'm only just noticing you now? Vina, history is like a sailing ship, and you all are the ones who steer its course. Since you wish to change Victoria, I can help you. What role would you assume to realize your ideals? You could be a king, a speaker, or even the sole leader of the exemplars. Any of these titles are yours to choose. Vina, I must say, yours isn't a new story. I've read far too many like it in the old shops. In the end, the hero always accepts the fairy's gift, so in the end, you chose the role of a speaker. No, Diane, I chose nothing. For hundreds of years, the unicorn has chosen the heroes, and the heroes have merely chosen their boons. But why? Why? Yes, why did I have to choose her? Why are you laughing, Vina? She's pouting. Do you hear that sound outside? They're cheering for victory and for Victoria. Many of them do not have grand ambitions. They don't think of protecting anyone, since there are some of them would not even share a piece of bread with a starving man. Yet they are still willing to risk their lives for even the smallest sliver of hope. They are my Victoria. I like those fools. I'm willing to look out for them. And you, Calavicia, have no right to make me choose something I've been doing all along. You best leave, unless you don't mind getting awkward. Don't mind it getting awkward. You're a fool too, Alexandrino, just like your father. Send them a message for me. Tell them the tailor's daughter is dead. I have fulfilled their wishes. Siege, I got the crawler in here to back you up. We've been waiting outside for you forever. We're afraid something happened to you. It's been taken care of. Thank you, Feist. Come on then. Are they still waiting for us? The battle must end now. That's the end of the story, Diane. Diane? The condemned soldier has finished the last drop of alcohol and is sound asleep. Diane wanted to drink herself into stupor. Vina has finished telling her story, but Diane cannot bring herself to face her own ending. She wanted to drink herself into a dream in which even death could not catch up to her. She gets her wish. I'm sorry, Diane. I'm not worthy of being a monarch. I'm not even sure I'm qualified to serve as a speaker. Besides, this war has changed many things. Old beliefs has been shattered, and we are striving to rebuild our lives amidst the imminent threat of destruction. I believe that soon, a great transformation will begin in Londinium and sweep across all of Victoria. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I am certain of one thing. Now that we've found the courage to face adversity, why should we ever return to the past? Victoria no longer needs a monarch, Diane. Sweet dreams. On the eve of her march to the gallows, the drunken soldier sleeps the most peaceful sleep of her life. She dreams of the king's coronation. She dreams of the factory in her hometown, the whistle blowing to signal the end of the workday, as the workers shake off their hats and step out through the factory gates. And she soars into the sky and sees Londinium gliding across the mist-covered verdant earth. She dreams of Victoria. She is singing her song. You know, I can't believe it. The graffiti on the gym wall is still there. Look at this one. Morgan painted it after dreaming of being a famous artist. Alright, look at this photo. The signs of the movie theater has been nailed back up. And look, there are two dumb-looking foul beasts perched on top of it. Norport is in so much better shape than the last time we saw it. I can't wait to go back and see it with my own eyes. So, where did these photos come from? The envelope only had the photos, no signature, but plenty of people have joined the engineering team to help rebuild our home. Some of them are old friends from Norport's. Oh, there are 2 videotapes in here too. They're just some old, worn-out movies, but hey, Delphine, you love watching bad movies, don't you? Here you go. Thank you. You know, are you okay? You seem a bit distracted. Are you all going back? Why the serious look? We're just heading home early to do some housekeeping. Morgan, you were more excited than anyone when you said we were going home. Or am I missing something? How about you, Dagda? I'll go lend them a hand. There's not much I can help with here, Vina. The Knights of the Tower Museum is coming along smoothly. My wish has been fulfilled. Alright. Vina, actually, we could still... Bell tolls. It's 4 o'clock, Vina. I know. We can set out now. You want to go see Diane? No, I have a meeting with Parliament and the Dukes. Oh, Vina, those protesters outside. I'll handle them personally. I know their concerns go beyond just Diane. They've been waiting for a long time for a king. Well, that's definitely something the Gasco gang can't meddle in. Morgan. Alright. We'll head back and tidy up. You know, Norport is better than I expected, but not by much. We'll be waiting for you, Vina. Damn. You know, you could ask him to stay. Of course, I'd love for the Glasgow gang to stay together, but Octor isn't their home. Besides, just take a listen. There are plenty of people outside waiting for my response, but before I address them, I intend to bring back more than just empty promises from the Dukes. Vina, the Parliament has done more than just make empty promises. They've helped revive our industries, restore order, resettle those affected by the war. Tell me, Delphine, does everyone now have an equal right to a decent life? I need to show them that even without a king, we can prove this nation's potential to any doubters. Let's go. I don't want to be late for the meeting with the Dukes. We should sing something. Sing what? Any song will do. As long as not that blasted Octor carol. Like the song Hannah hums every time she steps out of the ring. Hannah's a star. What the fuck? Stop it. I don't do that anymore. Besides, didn't you all say the song I made up to cheer for Vina was better? Oh, please. If I remember, you just replaced all the names in Dagda's favorite song with Vina, right? I wonder if Vina even remembers something that silly. Of course she does. I know she must have forgotten it, just... Forget it, she said it best herself. Looking forward is what really matters. And there's still a long road ahead, isn't there? That day, we didn't take a detour to watch Diane's end, and we didn't listen to any radio broadcasts. I heard her oropathy was so bad that they had to separate her to prevent any incidents. To think that her last shred of dignity came from oropathy. I stopped trying to make sense of these things as we left central Londinium and caught sight of factories of Norports. I knew we were home. "5 p.m. 1 hour later. You know, you're not attending execution. They rely on you to calm the many protesters that things take an unfortunate turn. My good era of March, I am not that indispensable. Besides, the defense forces are already maintaining order on site, and several MPs are there to oversee the proceedings. They don't need me. Diane Weber truly was a hero. Shame, really. She didn't really do anything wrong. Alexandrina, you've managed this matter well, but you need to be more heavy-handed. You're too concerned with the dissenting voices, most of which don't matter. Madam Speaker, why not let us shield you from the storm until Londinium's parliament fully matures? Wellington's stance remains ambiguous. The Windermere domain is simmering with unrest, and Duke of Ashworth continues to keep a low profile as always. If the speaker requires the assistance, we wouldn't dare refuse. We must secure Victoria's future. Very well, since you've offered, I won't hesitate to accept. It's like, wait, huh? Your Graces, you're undoubtedly aware of the dire situation with the infected within the city. I must insist that you promptly reopen the supply routes you have kept closed for over a month under the guise of ensuring safety. Return the medicine and supplies we've already paid for. Of course, if you're still concerned, the defense forces can escort the shipment and clear out those bandits along the way. Of course, those are minor issues. Now, how about my proposal for forming and training infected fighting squads? I understand you're considering forming infected units in your own territory and want to test its feasibility. That's fine, but I insist that the safety of the soldier remain a priority. I'll make all the data available to you, of course, and to every other duke. After all, this has critical implications for the future strength of Victoria, doesn't it? This is no simple matter, Madam Speaker. In truth, it has given me quite a headache. I'll be waiting eagerly for some good news from you. As for your Grace, Duke of Castor, the Trilby Ashes shall soon be delivering an invitation. After all these years, Londinium will finally reopen diplomatic channels with foreign envoys. This time, in the name of Victoria, I trust you all will be in attendance when the time comes. But you best pray that Londinium presents herself in a form that you can be proud of. I'll consider this a provocation, Alexandrina. From the moment you deliberately blocked Londinium from contacting other nations after the war, you've been provoking parliaments. You call it protection. Where I'm from, we have another word for it: kidnapping. Unfortunately for you, we always have our ways of reaching those whom we want. Oh, Vina, is it my turn to negotiate now? No, Arrow of March, we have nothing to discuss, and certainly no need to be friends. I'm afraid that's not for you to decide. Whatever your intention may be, Londinium's affairs are none of Columbia's business. It seems you found what you need to refuse any deals with me. All I have is few photos. Surely, you're aware of what's hidden beneath Londinium, right? Vina, it seems you managed to find yourself some leverage. Alexandrina, I admire your candor, but I must remind you, you are the Speaker of Parliament now, not just some street thug with the Glasgow gang. Well, do you know how we used to keep corrupt cops away back in Northport? Either everyone pretend nothing happened and keeps things as they are, or we expose all their dirty laundry and everyone goes to town. Everyone goes down in flames. It worked every time. And I'm sure your Graces understand that it has always been Victoria who has kept you safe, not the other way around. I believe your Grace has even said something of a familiar nature before. Alexandrina, I'm starting to doubt our decision of choosing you as Speaker. You're mistaken. The decision was mine all along, not yours. I know your schedules are packed, so let's not digress anymore. I have a long list of things to discuss with you. Parliament seats, medical purchases, military reform, private communication lines, supply routes, aid for reconstruction. So let's not waste time, of course. You're free to continue arguing with me. Don't worry, this time my sword won't be on your necks. God damn. She's coming, everyone. Get over here. If we can make the Speaker hear us, we can save that poor soldier's life. On the street, the eagerly awaiting crowd surrounds Vina, who stands alone. She knows they are all waiting for her answer. You've heard us. That innocent hero doesn't deserve this fate. It's not too late for you to change your mind. Sorry, I have nothing to say with regards to Diane. The Parliament has decided. As the Speaker, I stand by its decision. Everyone, please disperse. And again, if you absolutely insist on a resolution, you're welcome to stay. Just now I reclaimed many things from the visiting dukes, things that rightfully belong to us and are crucial to our future. I will tell you about each of these things one by one. This is the only matter I'll be addressing. The sounds of protest begin to subside. While most await the outcome of the meeting, a few discontented voices still rise from the crowd. Is there really nothing that can be done with the poor soul? But why? This isn't something that needs explaining. You want the Speaker to go back on her word? It's Catherine. We start bending the rules now. The new laws passed by Parliament won't be worth the paper they're printed on. Catherine, what brings you here? Some old friends passed by, saw the protests, and worried things might get out of hand, so they asked me to see if I could help. As luck would have it, quite a few workers just got off their shifts, heard about it, and came to support you. Take a look. As more and more workers gathered around, they wave at Vina and spot familiar friends and family members among the protesters. Conversations begin to ripple through the crowd, and the street suddenly comes alive with activity. Sure, looks like we're a bit late. The tenants aren't supposed to be waiting at the sanatorium for your departure. Delphine told me of your situation. I wasn't planning to come, but once the others at the sanatorium found out, they insisted on coming to see who was causing you trouble this time. I couldn't stop them, so here we are. A column of soldiers marching in perfect formation and singing approaches the congested crowd. The noise instantly dies down as people instinctively make way for the soldiers, who marched up to stand in front of Vina, forming a barrier between her and the protesters. Vina, we all know you want to negotiate with the dukes today to fight for us. We're not about to let you be humiliated in front of the dukes today. We might not be ready for another battle, but we'll win anyone in numbers. Thank you, all of you. Everyone come quick, I think they're over here. A group of rowdy children fearlessly pushed through the crowd, squeezing their way right up to Vina. It's really you. You know me. Of course, we all heard your story. The great hero of the Exemplars, our very own speaker. I've made so many new friends recently. They all people who walk back to London with you. They told me you would definitely recognize them. Take a look. Who the fuck? Hello, Vina? Annie. And there's Annabella too. Oh, Jones, you're here too. I guess they were telling the truth then. But why have you come? I ran into this lady with really tan skin. She said you might run into trouble and told us to come help you. Did we actually help? Of course you did. Thank you, Morgan. More and more people gather in front of the steps, while those who had been protesting for Diane starts to quiet down. Ugh. She thinks about everything that has happened over the past few days. She thinks about the drunken Diane, the departing Glasgow gang, and the stolen crown. Bloody hell. Mina relaxes, sitting down on the steps and gazing on a fiery red sky. The retired soldiers sit as well, huddling with the other citizens around Vina. Let's all take a break, okay? Can I ask you something? Will we ever have a king again? I don't know. And not having a king might not be such a bad thing. Why is that? You'll understand when you grow up. Huh? What do you think? Will this be good or bad for Victoria? It's still too early to tell. If we have to accept the dawn of a new era, then we all need to change the way we think to keep up. A parliament regulated by the people, no more individual authority, no king. That's a first in Victorian history. Even I have to admit, she may well be biting off more than she can chew. Catherine glances at the speaker, who is sitting on the steps without her expected grace, and can't help but wonder. Vina is surrounded by the children. They all smile and laugh together. Every so often, she raises her voice to share jokes about the dukes, or what she managed to wrestle from them. Things that belong to the people. The sunset's warm light bathed her figure, before slowly fading as the time passes. I'd say the days ahead will only get better. She breathes out a ring of smoke, watching as the thin wisp drifts away into the dying lights. That's a nice photo. Parliament has passed a resolution. The crown will be placed on the throne in the Palace of Westalag, guarded around the clock by the defense forces. Until a suitable candidate for the throne is identified, the crown will be guarded by Parliament. Once a candidate is chosen, a nationwide referendum will be conducted under parliamentary review and supervision to finalize the coronation. Additionally, Parliament will soon announce decision regarding the distribution of living supplies and other public welfare matters. Parliamentary supervision. These meetings are truly exhausting. I much prefer settling matters at a grand banquet. At least there's wine when my lips are parched. Sir Davis is certainly taking his sweet time fetching in the wine. Your Grace, Duke Castor, where are you headed next? Already know the answer, so why pretend to ask? Getting the news from you is quicker than waiting for Wellington's spies to report back. So how about you, Eleanor? Your Grace, we're hardly close enough to be exchanging warm farewells. Your words wound me, Eleanor. I suppose I'll have to present a fine bottle of wine on my next visit to Old Normandy to ask him to put in a good word about me to you. Your carriage has arrived, sir. Allow me to get the door for you. Much obliged, Earl of March. And remember, we are all Victorians after all. Of course. It's been so long since I last heard these bells. The sound brings back memories. Your Grace, I brought you one of the finest wines from our cellar. Even though Sarkaz devils couldn't sniff this one out after they took my estate. Sir Davis, you're a man of real wit. Rest assured, there will always be a place for you in the Gooden territories. The Duke of Gooden takes a sip of the wine and turns to make a remark, but then suddenly freezes. He is confronted with a stunning sight. The sun has set. The crimson sun sinks slowly, as though setting the entire city ablaze. The scars Sarkaz had torn into the city stand out even more vividly in the evening glow, as if they are still bleeding. The winter sunset truly shows no mercy, much like the speaker's attitude towards us, I suppose. I could send someone to deliver a few sets of winter clothes for your Grace. Take care of yourself. Victoria isn't ready to do without you just yet. Many thanks. After all, we can't very well go before Wellington, can we? Why the sudden melancholy, your Graces? I find the sunset rather breathtaking. Day fades into night, and night into day. How often do we get to witness such a sight? The nameless thick fog and heavy clouds rarely part like this. Eleanor, back in the day, the lads at school would always joke that it was the sun that had to follow behind Londinium. It would rise as we pleased, and never set if we willed it. Now, though, she has to go full speed just to barely keep up with the setting sun. That thought keeps me awake at nights. Day or night, sunrise or sunset, only Londinium can be Victoria's capital. Earl of March, remember my words. Droll, very droll indeed. The sun really does move. Another bell tolls. More black feather foul beasts stir and take to the skies over the city, circling before flying through the seam towards the setting sun. As the sun dips out of sight, the glow of the twin moons becomes ever clearer. Night approaches.
100年経ってもきっと誰かが
Oh,
この火山に目を向けているはず
we are
ですよ
finally
ね。
done with the story.
彼らの歩みは私たちの足跡に重なって火山灰に埋もれた種は
We are no,
も
we're
っと
not.
美しい花を咲かせるんです。
Oh my god, dude, why? Fuck it, fine, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Give me 1 second though. Just need to check things. How things go on your end, Dagda? Mr. Lane's still alive, but he's got a busted leg. This one brother didn't make it though. I tried asking from old friends. None of them know when that brother passed away exactly. Might have been one trying to escape Norports. Might have been some sarcasm at the end of their tether during the Allied counterattack. Did you manage to see Mr. Lane himself? I did. He works at the port now. He didn't bring up the old days, and he avoided talking about his crew. But he thinks that now he's living a good life. Bloody hell. He's Stroll around one of the factories we used to look after. It's full of little punks now. None of those youngsters have even heard of us, Glasgow gang. That pack of brats deserves right thrashing. Did you swing by the old restaurant we always went to? Torn down. Parliament sent some men over to get in touch with all the old shopkeepers, old shopkeeps. Anything so run down it couldn't be fixed up, and whose owner was missing was slated to be torn down and rebuilt. The pub on Sunset Street, Paul's Bar, the magazine stall that runs from Casimir's Ran, they're all gone. I checked out the public cemetery they were talking about too. Couldn't find McLaren or Bird. Damn it, what on these graves have names on them? Stuff me, I can't believe you caught me crying. Let's head home already. I want to leave Morgan waiting. I thought the gym was going to be a rougher sight. Thank you. Looks to me like you've been taking care of this place this whole time. It's him! I thought if you were still alive, you'd be coming back sooner or later. Doesn't matter how you look at it, I'm still part of the Glasgow gang. You didn't get on Duke Windermere's ship with us back then. I wasn't so far gone that I needed saving by the Dukes. But I gotta admit, I was being a right fool back then. After all that, I took some of the crew out to fight some devils hanging around Northport. I ended up hearing about the exemplars from them. They pulled out some crazy stunts I could never dream of. An army. When the battle outside was in total chaos, some of the gang helped out on the front line with me. But there wasn't much we could do. All I got in the end were a few cuts and bruises. You're infected too? Yep. Heard the same happened to Indra after she took a bad scrape on the battlefield not too long ago. She's real lucky she had friends like you there with her. Morgan stares blankly ahead. She never considered that problem. I mean, Indra herself had. No, that ain't right. But I feel all funny hearing you say that. So I gotta admit, I'm not sure what's right about what you said. Whatever you say. Anyway, if you ever got the chance, tell CJ I said sorry. If you stick around, you can tell her yourself. My Glasgow gang is long gone. Since you're coming back, it's only right that I head out. Did Elfie not come back with you? She's standing by Venus' side. Sounds like you lot had a squabble too. I heard about her mom from a broadcast. Doesn't matter who she might be, at least she's got some nerve. Where are you headed off to next? Northport needs more hands to rebuild it. And the port is busy shuttling in goods from outside all day, every day. Me and my crew are gonna keep an eye on it. And then I'll head into Central and bash in some merchant's bastard head there. That's only a maybe. Northport's changed, Morgan. The folks I knew are gone, and the shops too. There's some new gang of brats that pop up. Don't know their R's from their elbow yet. They're still trying to fight for dominance. Anyway, I'm giving the gym back to you lots. Parliament talked a big game in the broadcast of theirs. I talked it over with some of the boys. We'll wait a spell. Then head over to some other dukedom to see what's next. We'll find a new turf. A new beginning. I need some time to forget a few things. Morgan, was that Cater leaving just now? Yep. He came to say goodbye and decided to hand this back to us while he was at it. She pulls out a butterfly knife from her pocket. It's badly scratched, but the emblem of the Glasgow gang can still be clearly seen. Bird's butterfly knife. Hannah would recognize it anywhere. It was her who insisted on engraving the emblem once she beat Bird, after all. Peter found it on the body of Cleaner. Couldn't find Bird herself, though. I went there, too. All I found was some stuff on the wall I didn't get. It's almost all gone. What with all the rain, but I'm sure she was there. I saw her handwriting. I hope so, too. Oh, on the wall. Holy shit. What did Bird hope for? We thought about it long and hard, but we were never able to make sense of it. Her wish has already been washed back into Northport's soil by the rain. We decided not to dwell on it much longer. We never could guess her last little secrets. She's definitely having a good laugh at us right now. I remember that whenever we went to the video shop, Bird hated weepy scenes about grieving the most. Yeah, she never thought death was worth being all that sad for. Pass the knife to me. I'll think of a way to hang it on the wall. Then I'll go get some drinks to celebrate us coming home. And a toast to Bird. Shall we wait for Vina? She ain't got the time to come. But just in case, then we'll hold off right before we get completely pissed, Anna. Booze waits for no man. That day, without having to say a word on the matter, we all drank our drinks real slow. We were waiting for one more person. It seems there were a lot of chit chat going on that day. Not that we remember any of it after the hangover. All I remember is that Hannah and the got in fights, and Dagda's brow got itself another scar. Why? None of us knew. If Vina were there, it'll all be fine. She always stayed the most sober out of all of us, and she remembered for us. But she never showed up that day. Damn. Unluck. I dragged the body back, boss. But will this really be okay? I mean, snatching away the corpse of a condemned criminal from right under the Parliament's nose. Did you really think you could take that away without some silent approval from above? What of the Colombian? He's not in the best of moods, boss. We really need him to carry these goods. What if... Milscar says nothing. The mercenary sighs. Alright, I get it. Look, boss. I'm not trying to make you mad, but ever since Parliament made a move on us, everyone's been on edge. It doesn't concern you lots. I'll handle the Colombian. Alicia, I presume I don't need to introduce myself. Milscar, I've heard about you. Good, no need to waste words then. I need you to see this batch of goods out of Londinium safely. You will, of course, receive payments. I can send this corpse along with you. Leave the city and go as far away from it as you can. Her name is Diane, Milscar. Who she is isn't important to me. What's important is that she doesn't show her face again in Londinium. All this payments? Making someone who just got home leave again? Alicia, you are well aware she cannot stay in the city. As far as everyone is concerned, she is dead. Hanging from the gallows. Vina made a mistake. So long as this person is alive and within the city, sooner or later someone is going to use her as a knife to stab Vina in the back. She really must learn to be more decisive. You know the condition of her infection better than I do, Alicio. She doesn't have long. You're welcome to refuse, of course, but I will still help Vina settle this matter in my own way. I know your story, Milscar, or rather, Lady Ellerdale Cumberland. There's a lot of versions of it out there, but they all agree you really did fit with the title of Cumberland ever on high once upon a time. Fine, I'll get Diane out of here. I can take better care of her back in Colombia. Happy? You're a good man, Alicio. She's lucky to have made a friend in you. Get ready. You could be leaving any time. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Did you ever think you'd turn on this way? Why asterisk me? Countless heroes lived through the war, from the most radiant of them to those that none remember. I too am curious as to how it would change in the face of reality. Lying down amidst meadows, the soldier senses a slight itch. The cold wind blows at the stalks of grass, and the tips tickle her face. It is what the land of the dead is like. She opens her eyes and sees someone most unexpected. Huh? What? Under TTV 4, hello. Hello. How's it going? It's going good. We're almost done with the story. You're awake. It's me, Alicio. You shouldn't just go off on your own doing dangerous things without word, Diane. I remember standing at the top of the gallows. You're dead. At least to those who witnessed the execution. Before we left, I asked the people at Rhode Island to give you the once over. It's not looking too good. A lot of your major organs have already begun to crystallize. In other words, Originium is replacing those organs. So I'm not dead? Am I lucky or unlucky? I'm not sure if the speaker knew about this beforehand. So it's Vina who let me go. That's rather foolish of her. To tell you the truth, I really don't get some of you people. Sorry, Diane. I'm afraid you can't go back to Londinium. Only now does she realize they are no longer in Londinium. She sees the telltale giant tracks laid down by the nomadic cities not too far off in the distance. Just ahead of them, Sarkaz children run around in the meadow, waving at her as they pass. Most displaced Sarkaz have lost the light in their eyes to confusion. They can go anywhere, but nowhere can they call home. I'll be taking you to Columbia, Diane. I might be able to do more for you there. Alright then, Columbia, eh? I still remember saying that if I get the chance, I'd love to see the place you keep talking about. How far away from Columbia, Alicio? Well, still very far away. Let me get on my map. I'll be able to make it there in my condition, walking the whole way. I see. Did you promise me one thing, Alicio? I know what you're going to ask, Diane. When the day comes, I'll bring you home. I'll bring you back to Londinium. I'm not curious myself as to how much the city would have changed by the time we return. Thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Thank you. Hope you enjoy your stay. The day we went back to the gym and got drunk, I had a dream. In that dream, there was a tomb, all dressed up to the nines. Our names were carved onto the plaques inside it. Morgan, Kate Morgan, Indra, Hannah Jackson, Dagda, Isabel Montague, Bird, Bridget Lucan. Outside the tomb, there was a blazing carriage, and atop it sat a golden lion. He was calling my name. Vina Victoria. Vina, a blanket? Who put this blanket on me? My head hurts real bad. What time is it? Morgan, did I tell you not to drink like a sodding wiener all the time? Not considering how wild Hannah and the rest can get, shouldn't you be looking after them? Vina? Vina! Morgan nimbly launches herself out of the sofa, leaping over the short table to throw herself at Vina. Morgan, Vina, you came over. I thought... You thought what? Why didn't you wake me, Hannah? Weren't you yapping and yowling yesterday about how she definitely wasn't coming? Look at you, you turned out the most excited out of all of us. Oh, I'm not. Stubborn prick. Quiet down, Morgan. Dagda's still asleep. The one resting her head atop Indra's lap twitches her ears, still lost within a lovely drunken dream. Seems like Dagda drank the most out of you lots. I tidy up a lot of empty bottles. She must have been a real rotten move, Vina. Sorry. I just hope I'm not too late. Of course you're not. Wasn't what you said yesterday, Morgan. Shut it, Hannah. Welcome home, Vina. I was really hoping to pop in earlier, but there's simply far too much to handle over at the Parliament. And how'd you... I'm afraid I've given Horn another headache to deal with. I suspect she'll only have just discovered I slipped away. And does that mean you need to head back? Can't run away from my responsibilities. But I owe you all an apology. You know, you don't need to... Siege? Vina! How long have I been asleep? Relax, Vina only just arrived back. That knife hanging on the wall. It's hers. Cater brought it back. Cater? Show the knife. Show the knife. I want to see the emblem. Vina never brought up having to head back the whole day, but we all knew. At the siege, Vina, the boss of Glasgow gang, the ever-victorious king of the Slobberknocker, and one of my best friends, could leave us at any moment. So I was loath to lose a single moment where I could tell Vina about all the changes in Northport that she hadn't had the chance to see yet. Gator, Mr. Lane, the video shop, the rework port, the rebuilt stores, a handful of old friends who rushed home after hearing the news. Of course, who could forget inexperienced little buggers who wanted to take over our gym after Vina beat them all to Kingdom Come with a smile on her face. They apologized by way of a few cartons of beer and said they wanted to join us. Seems like Northport's forgotten about us. I don't think that's such a bad thing. The war really was over. You still remember this place? Why don't we get back to our little games? See who's the fastest this time around. Before Vina even finished speaking, Indra has already begun to set off. Hannah, you lousy cheat! You didn't say anything about the countdown. I'm still a champ here. You've gone slower ever since your injury, Anna. Say that after you caught up. Eh? What? What's going on? Wait for me. Don't fall behind, Delphine. Follow me. Hear that, Del? You're a real slowpoke. Several figures speed through the streets, and a few workers heading home after work, giving an inquisitive glance at the brash crew. They can't quite seem to remember who this gang is. Must be another bunch of outsiders just arrived in Northport, maybe. And we're back to the beginning scene. Let's go. High above the gaps between the factories, the Glasgow gang returned to a favorite spot of theirs. Here they can look down upon the squatting factories and look out at the Shard's pointed peak over the central. It was here that they started, and it was here that they left home. After a long period of wandering about, they have finally returned to its familiar place. I left the glass for Bird. Surely you don't want a tip. Sure you don't want a tipple, Dagda? No, thank you. I'm not going to embarrass myself in front of Vina again. I'll give your shirt to her then. Just fruit juice for you, though. Don't call me that. I'm still not too used to alcohol. Suit yourself. I'll keep watch over y'all. Hell yeah! Finally, a part where we can start bloody drinking. The Bird to the Glasgow gang. The Bird to the Glasgow gang. To Rhode Island, to exemplars, to everyone who fought in the war, and to all those who risked their lives coming home, to all those who live and who left, to all those still by our side, to all those who shed blood and tears, to all those who struggle in darkness and pain, to Victoria. To Victoria! There's no need for sorrow. The living engrave the moment in their memories, while those who leave behind their hopes and dreams. The foul beasts groan as they sprawl overhead, echoing their words. You heading off too, Delphine? Only for a short while. I need to go back to Linkarden. Sure, we'll come along to recuperate. If you ever get real fed up with those lousy bastards, you can always come back here. This is your home too. Of course I will. I promise, Vina, after all. If there's ever a day you feel like it's all too much for you, Vina, I'll come back. I think I can handle it. I hope the Londonians can live in peace and happiness, and I hope that everyone can live their best lives. That's what they deserve. Everyone should be like us, smiling, without a tear in sight or an empty belly to be heard. I'm not going to let everything we accomplish go to waste. If someone tries to take it from us, I'll be fighting back. Just like how we looked after this place back then. Vina, Alexandrina, either is fine. There's no difference the way I see it, no? If Bird were here, that's what she wanted me to do. Poor Bird. You're right, Vina. I really do hope so. The Glasgow gang, to all of you. Welcome home, everyone. It's gonna make me cry. Aw, dude. Vina left us on the morning of the day after. She didn't let us see her off. Maybe she didn't want to wake us. In truth, we were all awake. I watched her change into those clothes I was never fond of, and walked off on her lonesome towards central Londinium. I hope Vina managed to get a real good night's sleep. The best she's had in a long while. After all, it's only when she gets home that she doesn't need to think about anything. I spent the entire night writing down everything that happened that day, or the day Vina came home, no matter how big or small. It's bird. It's a bird. I believe that there will come a day that you, Vina, will read the words I wrote down. They might not be of too much use, but they can help you remember some of the more easily forgotten things. Vina, do you still remember that dream I wrote about earlier? In that dream, there was a tomb, all dressed up to the nines. Our names were carved onto the plaques inside it. Outside the tomb, there was a blazing carriage, and atop it sat a golden lion. He was calling my name. Vina Victoria. I dreamt I was you. I dreamt of a time I was all old and withered. Some afternoon, decades after I lost touch with my Glasgow friends. I walked into the tomb that Siege built for the gang. I cherished that unforgettable memory that is no longer mine. I cherished the tale that started in Norport. Vina, from the day you put on those clothes, I knew. In the end, you walk alone. You have no choice but to walk alone. I'm sorry. There is no way for us to help you, or to stay by your side. But I want to let you know, we will always be here. The Glasgow gang will always be here. To you, Vina, Victoria. The Memoir of Alexandrina by Kate Morgan. Morgan. Man, that almost made me cry. What the fuck? GG's, that is the story done. That almost made me cry. Holy shit, dude. There's many places in this story that made me want to tear up. Or made me tear up a little bit. The last bit. And the bit about Diane, I guess. Can't remember exactly where. Yeah, it was like the, I don't know, somewhere around there. Almost teared up. But it's okay. So we do have a rock farm. This one, Ghost 7. Rock. I only have one, dude. I need to farm that shit. 38 of that. 52 of that. I did see earlier Killsting V video. I saw the thumbnail, but just about the trust farm and stuff.
何もかも昔のままってのも悪いことじゃないわ。
Oh, that was so good actually. I really enjoyed that story. Although there were definitely bits that I didn't care about, right? But I think that's bound to happen in any story.
Resources received.
Yeah, that was good though. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
はい、ただいま。フルースもここにいるんですか?
One? You have 2 hours left?
やっぱりここが一番安心する。
Oh man,
ドクター、
I'm
ご機
hungry.
嫌いかがかな?
I'm fucking starving. Oh my god. Yeah, I want to see that video. Let me see if I can find it. YouTube.com. Items will suck forever. Is it on this front page? Is it? Is it here? I can't. Alright. Ghosting V. Kirarin V.
いい夢をドクター
Here we go, here we go. Trust farm, low end squad. I do want to see the low end squads. But first, we talk about trust farm. I also need to go to the bathroom real quick. BRB. Where's my? Do I have a BRB text on this? Nice. There we go. Oh, BRB. It's such a huge BRB. Wait, does this not capture the... Hold up. There we go. There's my cursor. I want to show it off. BRB.
いい夢をドクター
Also grab me a croissant. Let's see. Every text be gone. Let's watch this. Oh, let's eat my croissant. What? The fuck? Huh? Uh-huh.
いい夢をドクター。
Is that it? In no way. Hold up. I just realized music is still going. That thing. God damn. That's it? What? Huh? Oppie oppie. Oppie oppie. I mean, I wasn't really struggling with the stages, but it was just kind of interesting. Monster jump. Uh-huh. Hum. Boss is dead. Did I actually get the trimmed? I'll check after. That's it, dude. Oh my god. Well, that's that. Relatively easy, right? Is that the trim medal? Get all medals. You spend the nays. Complete all the pending bills. Complete all CM. Trimmed. There we go. I actually did it. Oh, RNG, right? Collect a total of 100 pieces of equipment. I already have 52. Oh, that's easier. As I farm the stages, I think, because I want to farm the 7, right? Does 7 have equipments? Yeah, 7 does. Alright. Yeah, just as I farm that, should be able to do it easily. Pretty
何もかも
easily.
昔のままってのも悪いことじゃないわ。
Pretty easily.
ドクター、ご機嫌いかがかな？
Oh. Alright. Alright. I think... Wait. How much damage does Logo still need? Bruh. I mean, he did 30k. He did 30k on that boss. Let's use that 3k earlier. But yeah. I am done with Arknights for now. Tomorrow I'll be back with more Arknights. Probably be on later tonight. Playing some PoE maybe. We'll see though. Yeah, during this week I do want to get chapter 14 done. Still a long way to go, but I do leave on Sunday. So we'll see if we're able to do it. If not, we'll figure something else out, you know? It is what it is. Yeah, GG's. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for reading this story with me. Hope you guys have fun. I had fun. Almost made me cry. Yeah, GG's. I will see you guys later.